Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609. I'm on fire. I'm telling you, I've never had it so good in all my life. Having said that, I'm on my way to Ruidoso from the campground, the BLM campground near Fort Stanton. This is Highway 220, not the smoothest highway in the world, but we're not too far from Ruidoso. So I thought I'd start the video and you can see me coming right on into Ruidoso from 220. And what I want to talk about, first of all, I don't want to be ringing the bell too often, but I have to ring it more often than normal. Why? Because my ox is in ditch. The primary channel, my original channel, is something wrong with it. I can't log into my own channel, and I'm not getting much support from YouTube or Google at all. You can't contact anybody by phone, and that's enough said about that. That's why I started this new channel, to start building it as quickly as possible, because since no one's going to help me but myself, I guess I better get going, right? So what I wanted to touch on this morning, guys, is I was boondocking. I've boondocked a lot. I've done it in my pickup, I've done it in the Prius, and I've done it in the pulling a travel trailer. And of course there's all kinds, boondocking, basically the definition of it is you go out on public lands, Bureau of Land Management lands, and you camp with no hookups, and so you'll have solar for power, or you'll have a generator or whatever else you have that can make power. I don't know what else. You could have a steam engine, I guess. But having said that, you're on your own, you know what I mean? You don't have any stuff to hook up to. So, but when you get there, no matter what you're in, it pretty much depends, as far as the energy requirements, all that depends on what you want to run. If you want to run a big TV and all the stuff, I've talked about this before, then you're going to need a lot of power. If you don't, solar's great. Solar will not run an air conditioner yet. Maybe some people have figured out a way to do it, but you're going to have a lot of batteries, and you're going to have a lot of solar. It'll be very expensive. My suggestion for those of you that are going to consider going boondocking, first of all, you got to find a climate, an elevation that is compatible with you. If you go up too high, like 10,000 feet and above, some people are going to suffer from elevation sickness or have headaches and different problems. And the older you get, the more that's going to happen. So my suggestion there is, do the calculatus eliminatus thing. Find out what doesn't work and eliminate it, and gradually find your zone. Mine right now appears to be, I'm going to check out Manzano Mountains, which is 7,500 feet here in a week or so. But right now I'm at about 6,800 feet. And when I first got there a few weeks ago, I did notice a little, I had a little headache, and I'm sure it was the elevation, and also you can't walk as far. I mean, you can't get your breath. There's not enough oxygen, I guess. You got to take deep breaths and all that stuff. But once you get accustomed to it, it's fine. You have to acclimate, just like the climbers that go up on Mount Everest. But once you find that zone for you, now in the summertime, these zones are going to vary year round by the month. Like right now, the hottest month in New Mexico is typically June. July and August are not much different, but like right here, I'm in Ruidoso. The elevation is 6,900 feet. Temperature is 75 degrees. Is that pretty nice? Yeah, it is, and it's also dry. The humidity's low. So yeah, that's perfect. That's why a lot of people come here to Ruidoso in the summertime. Now in the wintertime, it's just the reverse. The people that want to go snow skiing and stuff come here, and all the people that are boondockers and so forth, they go south to Tucson, Quartzsite, and different places, maybe along the Texas border in South Texas. I'm not sure. But once you've got your rhythm going for you full-timers, then yeah, you just go back and forth. You know where to go, and you get a little routine. And you can also talk to other campers, get information. You can also go to freecamping.net and find out where free camping is, other than just government land, private land, and all that, because they do have other places, but they're mainly the free camping places with no hookups are going to be like Walmart, roadside parks and stuff like that. I don't like to do those. I have stayed at Walmart a few times, in the parking lot overnight, but it's not a great place to camp because you got trucks coming in to the store, you got people milling around, and it's just not a comfortable night's sleep. This is called Gavilan Road. It's kind of a way to bypass the downtown area of Ruidoso where the tourists are. There's a lot of shops downtown. Traffic is not that great. It takes forever to get through there, and this is the high season. So this road, Gavilan, Gavilan, it's actually, I think it's called Gavilan Canyon Road. It bypasses that. But anyway, back to the boondocking stuff. And as far as water and stuff like that, that's not a problem. You can get water in most places or nearby. Food, cooking and stuff, that's up to you. You're on your own. Heating and cooling, that's up to you. Some people use these little buddy heaters and stuff to heat. Of course, you figure out what you got to do, but just be safe, because when you're using propane for anything, you got to remember that stuff kill you. And in a closed-in space. So if you have the right ventilation, you don't have a problem. As far as pooping and peeing, I've done a million videos on that. You got your pee jug and a poop in a bag, put it on a 5-gallon can or on a toilet if you have an RV, and just dispose of it in a trash can. You're good to go. And boondocking. But the advantages of boondocking are, one, usually you have a very private campsite. Usually, now there will be times where the boondocking area that you picked can be crowded because it's a very popular place and it has easy access. For some of you guys that have these high ground clearance 4-wheel drive vehicles and have an RV that has adequate ground clearance, or a van or a car, whatever, then you can go just about anywhere. But for people like me that are pulling an RV, or my RV certainly doesn't have high ground clearance. It's got about 6 or 7 inches of ground clearance to the black water drain and gray water drain, the pipes there, and I don't want to knock those off. I really don't. But but again, it can be fun. Right now, at my age, I'm 73, and I'm more away from boondocking now because I've tried it a couple of times on this trip, and both times I gave it up because it just didn't feel good for me. Either it was too warm, or I didn't feel safe, or something. I'm just getting older, and any predator, whether it's human or animal, they're looking for the easy person, the easy game, and the ones that are easy are the young and the old. In between, you don't want to take a chance because they may hurt you worse than they hurt you. Whatever I just said, I don't know. Anyway, but boondocking is great, so check it out for those of you that are young enough to get out there and enjoy it. I know there's still a lot of old folks my age still out there doing it, and good. If I found but see, right now the problem is here, even though right now it's like 78 now is what it's showing. Between probably 1 p.m. and 5 or 6 p.m. it's going to be in the 80s. Well, inside of your RV, your van, your car, your tent, or whatever, it's going to be uncomfortable. Because once the inside temperature for me gets above 82, 84, I don't feel that comfortable. So, again, you could suffer through it. It's not a big deal. The younger you are, I did it and enjoyed it. But now I'm into a little bit more comfort, and I do what I do, and everybody does what they do. It looks like you ought to go straight here. I did one time. It doesn't go where you want to go. You want to go left here on this road right here. It's still Gavilan Road. Look at the deer. I'm sure those are mule deer, I guess. Or maybe those are elk. I don't know. They got big ears. I guess they're elk. I guess. There is some wildlife in here. But it's pretty here. Ruidoso's pretty. See, if I go to Manzano Mountains, State Park in New Mexico, it's about an hour and a half from where I am right now. It'll be like this. It'll be it's not densely forested. It's similar to what it is here in Ruidoso. It's where it's kind of sparsely forested. But you can still get lost in this, I promise you. And while you guys that are going to do boondocking, there's one thing very similar to it called dispersed camping. And all that is it's boondocking in a national forest. Dispersed camping means you go out into a national forest, follow a park road somewhere, and pull off within 300 feet of the road and set you a camp up. And that's great. But I've done that. And I'll tell you what'll happen. It happened to me. I walked away from my campsite. I was, probably in my 50s somewhere. And, pretty confident, felt good and all that stuff. Got my walk stick, and I took a long walk out in the forest. And then I turned around. Well, that was a good point. It occurred to me that, all this forest looks just alike. And, I got to looking at shadows, trying to remember what the direction was back to my, I think I was in an old RV. I don't remember the name of it. But, I had a hard time finding my way back because all those trees look alike. And, you can drop the breadcrumbs and do all that stuff. But best thing to do is just don't wander off too far. Unless if you're walking down the road, then you got it made because you just turn around and come back. But if you walk out in the forest about a quarter of a mile from your campsite and you lose sight of your car, tent, or whatever, RV, there's a good chance that you could have a little problem. Yeah, because it's easy to get turned around and you think you're headed back and you're walking the absolute wrong direction, particularly if the sun is near the noon position, where you can't get your shadows, you know what I mean? You can't tell the direction because at noon there's not much of a shadow for you to pick up if the sun's kind of directly overhead, and that can cause you a little problem. But anyway, I'm just talking along here. I'm enjoying my life one day at a time, trying to pick up the pieces here and get rolling again. But again, thank you guys, all you guys that are watching these videos. I know it's cruel and unusual punishment, but and those of you that are binge watching to get the view times up, because to monetize this channel I have to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of view time, and the channel has to be at least 30 days old. I'm hoping that by July the 14th, I've said this in other videos, I'm just repeating myself, by July the 14th, my birthday, that I will be able to monetize this this YouTube channel. I'll still lose a lot by not having access to my original channel. I'll lose a ton because right now, the view count was up there pretty good for a few months here since I've been on this road trip doing interviews and stuff. And now, as of today, it's cut almost exactly in half. So it's dropping pretty quick. The Amazon link is still doing okay. That helps a lot, and thank all you guys that are using that link. And again, a shout out to all of you guys that have put links on your YouTube channel and done other things to let people know where Rusty 78609 and kind of what the issue is, because I get emails every day from people that can't find me. They want to know what's happening. And Frugal RV Gal sent me a link that I can attach to emails now and let them find my channel. Hell, I couldn't figure out how to do it. I'm no techie. See, I've got other limitations. I'm not a techie. I don't do links well. I do the Amazon link, but that's just like remote. I just do what I was told, and I do it over and over and over. And I guess that would work with any link. We're going to find out. But again, you got to know your limitations. I'm not a techie, so I'm not going to try to fix the channel. Hell, I may have caused the problem for all I know, because I remember Google sending me emails about branding the account. All of them that are that were started before 2014 or something had to be branded. Well, that branding is a lot more than than it looks like. That's a trap, because once you get in, you can't get out, as I found out. Yeah, that's kind of a little poem there. But anyway, guys, I'll end the video now, and hope y'all enjoy your weekend. And again, the bell's going to be ringing, and it's not Christmas, but it's close. I'm trying to bring in Christmas. Let me get around here and I'll end it here. Get it on a straight road here. Anyway, so guys, thumbs up. Carpe diem from Ruidoso, New Mexico. This is Rusty 78609 saying adios, bye, bye, bye. Anything you want, anytime. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission and it does not cost you 1 penny. What else? Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, take deep breaths, breathe in deeply, breathe out slowly. That relieves stress, lowers your blood pressure. What else? Stand guard at the door of your mind. I mean, believe me, that helps. So having said that, guys, from Ruidoso, temperature right now has moved up to about 80. And we got to go up this hill. Let me get around this turn and I'll shut it off. Yeah, the main road that goes through the downtown area of Ruidoso is right up. Oh boy, howdy. We got in the line here. Well, I'll get a chance to end the video. Having said that, guys, enjoy your life one day at a time. Adios. Bye-bye.